Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the debacle of a game between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. Game we should have won. Again, we talk about our chances at the playoffs and much, much more. Live with Aaron and John. Yo, what's up, John?
What's up?
Excellent.
Welcome to Harry Hog Football, episode number 420. As in, what was Jay Gruden smoking when he called that direct snap to Fat Rob down at the goal line? Let's just get right into it.
Get right into it. Welcome to Harry Hog 420. 2020. I want to thank Desmond C. Lee, our longtime benevolent sponsor. He actually tweeted us something recently. What did he tweet us recently?
Yeah, and I didn't see it in this Twitter feed. If you guys are on the YouTube chat, Alamo City Live Music. Yo, what's up, dude? If you're on the chat, you can see that I can pull in. How do I point it? Wait, there. I can pull in our Twitter feed stuff now. So, we're trying to add features all the time now that we're up to episode 420. So there's that. And remember to subscribe to the YouTube thing, even if you don't really like it. So that I can I think if we actually get 100 YouTube subscribers, which we haven't hit yet, sadly.
What are we at? We're at 44. We are at John Riggins.
Someone become Martin Mayhew. I mean, let's go. Wait, not Martin Mayhew.
I was like, do you want to add Martin Mayhew to that?
Wait, he's 35, right?
That would get us to 79.
Alvoid Mays? Wait, he's 20.
Floyd Mays. Man, if you're wearing number 20 for the Redskins, you might as well be nicknamed not long in this league or something like that.
Alvoid.
What's your name, Alvoid?
Oh yeah,
is it Alvoid or Alvoid?
Alamo City Live Music is saying, and the onside kick.
And the Cretans.
And the Cretans. And the 2 missed field goals.
Dude, seriously. All right. The first field goal was exactly what happened in the first field goal is what happened a few games ago. We had somebody freeze the kicker, and I'll tell you about that in a second. Somebody freezes the kicker, but the kicker, Hopkins goes through with the kick, lifts it up, it's good. And then you start again, and he lifts it up, and he overcompensates. He didn't do the same thing. It was the second time in a row, except this time, it was Morgan Moses froze the kicker.
Yeah, because he was late. He was late getting on the field. You had one job, Moses.
One job, dude. One job. I know you're playing through all this pain and everything. I know it. I know this. One job.
John, it's great to see you a little more animated. I'd like to say that it was good to be over in Virginia Beach for Thanksgiving, and I was able to go hang out with John. Of course, not during the game because my mother would not allow me to leave the house on Thanksgiving Day. No way, no how. But I did hang out with John and watch a little bit of what game was that? We didn't really watch it. We were just talking about the Redskins.
You and I were You and I and your wife were hanging out. You and I were hanging out and watching the game and hanging out, and your wife started getting kind of antsy at the end, like, we need to go back and check on the kids with the grandparents.
Yeah.
Sitting here watching the game and being like, dude. No, I was like, it was a pretty cool time to visit, and then you were able to take care of some other business and get out of town without neither here nor there.
We got out of Dodge. Yo, what's up, Pepper Spray?
Pepper spray.
Uh,
Welcome to episode 420, Pepper spray.
yeah, welcome to
spray.
episode 420.
It makes me, this episode, the name of this episode makes me, I don't know, kind of makes my mind hazy on what happened in the last game. Oh, yeah, we lost. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was just
can I
talking
play
about that game.
Can I play a sound effect in regards
Yeah.
to that game?
Ah,
Dudes, it all comes down, 2 missed field goals were the difference. We dominated in time of possession.
yeah.
We dominated in total yards.
Kirk Cousins had 449 yards in the air. Fuller, cut. Dude, I don't even want to talk about Fuller.
Or Dante
Because-
Whitner Jr., Sr., whatever his name is.
Dude, Hittner, the hit.
Didn't you say he was going to change his name to...
When he first got in the league, and I want to say it was with Philadelphia, he was one of those guys who was like, I'm going to change my name from Whitner to Hittner because I hit guys. But the thing is, when you read it online, it looks like it says Hitler
Dude, you're not going to change
instead
your
of
name to Hitler.
Hittner. It's like, dude, you don't want to be called Hitler.
Well, it should be Dante. I can't take credit for this next joke. It should be Dante Hittner late because
What the hey?
was
What
up
the hey?
with that? That gave Dallas the ball at like the 20-yard line. Dude.
It ended up being a 5-point game. Kirk Cousins couldn't do anything more. For the second game in a row, he couldn't do anything more. Jordan Reed's out there with a separated shoulder.
Deshaun
And he
Jackson
catches
had a
a touchdown.
70-yard touchdown.
It's the offense has been great. It's the defense.
All right, dude. And I tweeted this in the game. This entire game made me think about this, and it's not in hindsight either. This should just be called the What Was He Smoking episode on 420.
Yeah.
Was it 420 during the draft when McLuhan went and got us a wide receiver with all the weapons we have and we need defensive linemen?
He's not going to do that this year.
Linebackers?
I tell you, I understand why he got him because we're going to lose one of our two, hopefully not both of our two big receivers. I understand that. I understand you're trying to move ahead. But we need that receiver next year. We need a defensive lineman this damn year. We need 330 pounds of fat right in the middle of that defensive line, taking care of business, right next to Chris Baker.
Or a linebacker.
And what did we get? We had like Pot Roast come back, and he wasn't even good enough to make the team.
Pot Roast isn't on any team.
Yeah.
The last I checked.
He may have had problems with his knee being 330 pounds.
I don't know. But what I do know is that we lost because we didn't have some defensive fat and defensive pressure. We had one sack.
Hit.
Dude, you lost your sound for a second. What's going on
Oh,
there?
I did?
Yeah, that's weird.
Really?
Yeah, I hear it now. I don't know.
Okay. I was saying that we had Dante Hitler.
That's it? Dante Hitler.
Well, yeah. Instead of Dante Whitner Jr.
Dude,
Jr.
you know who else sucked in that game?
Fuller.
Fuller, dude. He's like the new Daryl Pounds.
He wets the bed.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, dude. And by the way, Ezekiel Elliott on that first drive had like 50 yards. And then after that drive, he only had less than 50 the rest of the game.
Yeah, he had less than 100 in the game. He just happened to have 2 touchdowns as well.
Yeah, dude.
And our guys...
Dude, Alamo City Live Music is saying the same thing I was during the draft. I was screaming D-line. There was that dude there from Alabama, remember? I was like, yes, he's still there. We got him. I don't even remember who he is now.
Yeah. And then we're like, Doxson?
I'm like,
Who's
what?
that?
A wide receiver?
And I was like, he was good at TCU for a wide receiver. And then he's been hurt the whole year.
What's up with him? He strained his Achilles tendon, and we haven't heard anything else.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, let's talk about Kirk Cousins. Let's talk on a positive note.
Kirk Cousins is the new. Tyrod Taylor got $100 million as a quarterback. I don't even think he's had a winning season. And we've got Kirk Cousins. His contract, as it's being drawn up right now by McLuhan, should already be better than Tyrod Taylor's. Easily.
It is. He's getting $20 million.
For 1 year.
That's pretty
Next year
good.
he's gonna.
I'll take that.
I'd take that, and I'd even do it well.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know. I'm really thin. I wouldn't be able to actually play on the football field. I'm way too small.
All right. You guys know how difficult it is for us to do just normal podcasts. Now we're on episode 420 with video podcasts, and I tried to add a Twitter feed. I just keep trying to add all this stuff, and my screen is like the freaking stock tickers with like people chatting on the YouTube page, and Twitter's coming by, and my eyes are like, and I'm like, what, John? Did you say something? I need to just stop paying attention to this stuff.
Are you guys paying attention?
We need to get like some technicians that run the actual equipment.
Oh, I just went back and found Desmond Lee on Twitter. He said, "Great work as usual. Here's a piece I did on Captain Kirk. Pay that man." Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, Alamo City says he's not going to get paid until he can beat the Cowboys.
He did fine against the Cowboys. It's the damn defense and Dante Hitler Jr. getting in the damn way.
And Fuller. Yeah, dude, 450 yards. I mean, no picks.
I know.
What was
Desmond
it?
Lee, by the
4
way, he was on
touchdowns?
a-
How many touchdowns? I don't
3.
even remember. Couldn't even count that high. I can't even count that high. The one thing I didn't like was that, dude, I don't know if it's like this for every team, but for the Redskins, for the last, I don't know, 20 years or so that I've been observing this, pretty much every time we run under 20 times in the game, we lose. I mean,
that has been your mantra for years, talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And pretty much right.
And pretty much every time we run over 20, 22 times, we win.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
And in this game,
this goes back to at least Clinton Porter's time.
Yeah.
If not before that.
Yeah, and in this game, you saw that Fat Rob only had like 30-some yards or something like that. But
yeah,
it needs to be a little more balance. We need a little more balance in there. I know they were stopping the run pretty well.
Well,
but
part of the problem is that we've got like not Scott McLuhan, McVay, and Barf calling all these stupid cutesy ass plays like once they get into the red zone, and you're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
First direct snap, like shotgun or a wildcat of the season. You line it up, and Fat Rob's standing back there, and you're just like, well, I guess they're going to send it to Fat Rob. Is he going to do a pass to the end zone? Is he going to do this? No, he's going to run right up the middle for nothing.
Dude, it was the dumbest play ever, and I even tweeted this. It's like, okay, as soon as Kirk Cousins runs out wide as a wide receiver, you know it's a running play. You know it.
Yeah.
You don't even have to cover the receivers anymore. I was
and
like,
they're not going to throw to Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins never runs the damn ball.
Yes, that was the dumbest play that I've ever seen. But to get back to my point, if we don't have a more balanced run pass, then when we do get into the red zone, all they're doing is covering the pass, and it's easier because they got that back line helping them.
Yeah.
So it's not rocket science, McVay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even what I'm saying is, even if they're not breaking off like 10-yard runs and 12-yard runs, if you're getting like 2, 3, 4-yard runs, you gotta pepper those in throughout the entire game. You can't go away from it, or else you get in those situations, and the defense doesn't have to guess. Yeah.
You don't. If you're not going to run the ball, the defense isn't going to stack the box. They're just going to keep everyone in coverage.
Yeah.
No, it was bad news, man. Offense was good though.
Oh yeah, the offense is good, except for the run.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys were stopping it.
Cowboys are good. That offensive line means business out there. But still, we played them twice, and we could have beat them twice.
Yeah, but you know what?
That's a dirty thing. And you know what? This evening, a couple of teachers that I work with came by the house for a little while to say hi and everything. And one of them says she's a Redskins fan, and she was like, we talked about their game for a minute, and then she goes, my husband's a Dallas fan. They're so obnoxious about this season. Like, I don't know what it is about Dallas fans, but they are so obnoxious, like way more than anyone else. And I said, well, 31 teams agree. Dallas sucks.
Yeah, dude. And mark my words, I'm ready. I'm primed and ready to face Dallas in the playoffs and knock them out. Bring it, is all I'm saying. They're not, third time's a charm. They're not beating us 3 times. No way, no how.
Except for that year we lost to the Giants 3 times.
That wasn't the Giants. We're going to go in, beat the Cowboys in the playoffs in Dallas. It can happen, right? Have you looked at the playoff picture? We're set up, I think, at this point as the last wild card spot, and Dallas is number 1. So who will we play?
We play 3
we
and then
play
1.
3. Sorry, I was thinking 3 and then 1, right?
I think.
Okay.
I don't know how the playoffs work these days. They use crazy magical numbers and stuff there. I think it's 3 and then 1.
Oh, anyway, regardless, and you're on track to your recovery, and you'll be able to. You will be able. I can't even get my hand on the screen. You will be able to travel by Super Bowl time
to Santa Clara,
because we've already made a pact like 20 years ago that the next time the Redskins go to the Super Bowl, we're going no matter what, because we don't know if it's going to happen again in our lifetime.
What'll happen? I'll call my aunt, a travel agent. She's very good, and see what she can do to facilitate a move towards Santa Clara for that weekend, including Super Bowl tickets.
We're there, dude. I don't care if it costs me my life savings. If they go, we're there. And all these Harry Hog people, you guys need to meet us there. It's been 25 years, dudes. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. What else do we want to say about this game? Do we want to give games and kicks? I mean, it was heart-wrenching. I was watching the game with Josh at our parents' house, and that was good to watch a game with Josh. So I think it was the first game he actually watched this season. And he watched the whole thing.
Spate got a tackle. I think he should be my pick of the week.
Spate, game ball.
Spate
Anyway,
game ball. Not Hittner.
What?
Not Hittner.
Hittner.
What the heck?
All right, do we want to go into our kicks? All right, everybody in the chat,
let's
get
go
your
into our
kicks
kicks.
ready. All right, here we go. Here it is.
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award.
Kicking the Balls Award is brought to you by...
Triangle Casket Store.
Heck, I can't find it.
To hell with it.
Anyway, yeah, here we go. My Kicking the Balls Award. I'm going to just go ahead and give it.
Yep. Hittner.
Oh, you took Hittner?
No, I figure you. It's going to be Hittner or Fuller. Or is there a third party?
Might be...
As I clear my nose.
I got to give it to Hittner, dude.
Dude, seriously.
He was horrible, dude. That penalty, and he was getting burned all over the place.
Hittner.
I mean...
He's Hittner, Hitler,
All right.
Whitner. What a mess.
How about you, dude?
I'm going to give mine to Fuller. He sucks. He wits the bed.
He does suck, although someone in the chat likes him. Alex Carter does.
Did Alex Carter go to
Did he go to Virginia Tech? Anyway,
We'll see what Fuller does going into the future, but his rookie year has not been very substantial for a third-round pick.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody in the chat room, all three of you, put your kick in the balls awards in there. Josh is going to give his to Kirk Cousins.
Right. 449 yards, dude. Seriously, he needed 450.
You know a play that always works, and I keep calling for it down at the end zone, is when we line up, we spread all the receivers out wide, and then we have Kirk Cousins just run a draw. It works like 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, we simple stuff like that would be great. And instead, we'll line up the kicker in awful sunlight and tell him to kick a ball 55 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of lining up the kicker,
or through the fade.
Pepper Spray, who's partaking in his 420 festivities, according to the chat room, gives his kick in the balls award to Dustin Hopkins for missing 2 field goals. And, dude, those are 2 field goals that he's made in the past, dude. The sun was in his eye.
Well, he missed some kicks in London. But so did the kicker from the Bengals. Both the kickers sucked. Yeah. There's something about the air or something like that, the fog, the Linden fog.
He might be getting into a, dare I say,
no, but
slump.
after that, he had like 5 field goals in the next game. 5.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right. He did. He came out and had that awesome game.
He had 5 field goals, and then this one came around, and like Moses kind of messed up the first one. The second one was like ridiculous sunlight in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because Dallas can't build a damn stadium.
Yeah.
Again.
Dude, I just kept thinking the entire game, it's like, dude, we only lost. I kept seeing all those stats where we dominated in time of possession, yards, blah, 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 everything except rushing yards. And then I was like, and we left at least 6 points on the field. Probably more if McVay would have called some not so dumb plays.
Again, I wonder, when they get to the red zone, is it like McVay and Barf? Does like Barf take over in the red zone, being like, dude, this is my team. I'm taking over for, here. I'm gonna throw the fade.
They haven't thrown the fade since Sonny Jurgensen totally called Jay Gruden out right to his face.
That's because he ran it like 4 times in a row.
And then Jay Gruden called him a dirty dog or something like that. Why you dirty dog? I'm sure you tried the fade a few times in your day.
Not 4 times in a damn row.
Not to a receiver that's like 5'10". Anyway.
In any event. All right. Game balls.
All right. Anyone else on the chat want to give a kick in the balls? Last chance. I'm waiting for 5 seconds. 5. We have no idea how long the delay is either between when they see us and when it is. Anyway, all right. So we're moving on to the game ball.
And now, the coveted and ever elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Awards. John, you go ahead.
Well, normally I would give it to Kirk Cousins for 449 yards and all the stats and all the great stuff, but mine is going to Jordan Reed for catching a touchdown with separated shoulder.
And
hopefully he's going to play this weekend.
Battling
is right. The fact that he's saying he's going to play and he's a slight separation in his shoulder, he probably won't, but the fact he's even saying it.
Dude, he said that he couldn't block the rest of the game. But he came in and made some big catches. What were his stats? I don't see Rabbit Rads in the chat window. But
no. See if I can.
I don't know what Jordan Reed's stats were. Maybe one of you guys has that handy. But he seemed to be catching balls all over the place.
He was getting them balls.
Everyone did. Is Josh online? Someone just came on. I think Josh just came on here. He's going to try to get me to add him in, and it's going to be like totally screwed up on the way that I have this like chat window put together. But anyway.
Hey, Josh, what's going on? We're just finishing up.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, Pepper Spray has a fitting name on the chat because Kirk Cousins was spraying the ball all over the field, and dudes don't know what to do. We have so many weapons. I mean, D-Jax had some big. He had a 60-some yard touchdown, dude.
Yeah. All right, Jordan Reed had 10 receptions for 95 yards.
Oh, Josh is trying to come into the chat. How do I got to figure out how to add him. Hold on, let me see if I
Including
can
this
do it.
call will put your active call on hold.
Hold on, I'll add him. Guys, we're doing this live in front of the world. We're trying to bring Josh in. Josh. There he is. Adam. Okay, here he comes. Dudes, we're really struggling here. I'm trying to.
Are the boogers going up?
I don't know. Josh, are you here? There's his face, and let's bring him on. There's his face. If he answers, the boogers are going up.
Oh no, he's gone. Oh no, what happened?
What?
He's gone. He disappeared. He's got to try it again.
It says hello. I'm adding him.
Yeah, try it again.
Oh, okay. All right. Talk about something Redskins related to everybody while I'm trying to add it in here. Okay, go ahead. I added Josh and it didn't work.
Whoa, Josh, that's a new picture. I see it. He looks like your mom.
All right, here.
On YouTube, he looks like your mom. Gosh, wow.
What's going on?
That's the most your mom looking that I've ever seen. Oh, he's gone.
I'm trying to add him.
Oh, great Ghoulie.
All right, I'm trying to add him more. Look, can you see his picture on YouTube? How he looks all professional.
No, he had a different picture on there.
Yo, are you on?
I'm on just with audio though, guys.
Okay, well we got your picture up on the site, so
We had your picture. We had a secondary picture of you up on YouTube. You look like your mom.
My beefcake picture.
I think it's more of a Betty Allen picture.
Oh yeah.
You could tell. If anything, you can totally see the similarity from mother to son. That's pretty funny. There it is. There it is.
Actually, if you look
No,
at
sir.
photos of Aaron from when he was a child, he looks exactly like mom.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Strange.
Josh Allen.
Pepper Spray says you look like a young John Goodman.
Have you guys
Young
heard
John
these
Only better looking.
Have you guys heard these commercials for Buffalo Wild Wings where the guy's like, "This is the room for our beer kegs," and it's John Goodman doing the voiceovers for it?
Oh yeah, I have.
But you can't get in here.
Yeah.
You can't get in here and see our beer kegs. Our
I don't
beer
know,
kegs
bro.
are 36 degrees. So you
Dude,
can't see them.
these people are cracking me up in the chat. They say that Josh's picture looks like a headshot for a comedy gig. Like, tonight
Josh Allen!
at the Improv, Josh Allen.
Which headshot is it?
It's the one you have on Skype. It just popped up. You got like
I
a
don't even know
flavor.
what it looks like. I don't even know what it is.
You've got like a flavor saver and some big glasses.
Oh, gotcha. I don't even know. And tonight's star guest, Josh Allen.
Oh,
Coming
wait.
to you live.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
actually coming to you live from I-40 East, driving down I-40 as I talk.
Oh, cool. Hey, Rabbit Rads has joined the chat, and she's got some stats on Crowder. She said he's leading the team with 725 yards and 6 touchdowns.
That's why I picked him up in my fantasy draft.
But-
Crowder chowder.
My question is,
kind of like Whitner Hitner.
John Goodman was the American male for the 90s.
Nice.
You're here just in time, Josh, to give your game ball.
Oh, man. Dudes, I never do this. I never, ever give this game ball. And I don't know, did you guys already give yours?
Yeah.
I never give a game ball to a quarterback, but I got to give it to Kirk Cousins.
There you go.
All right.
I got to do it. I mean, look, he keeps breaking these Redskins records. And you know, I was not a believer. I don't know that any of us were like a total believer in Kirk Cousins, but, you know, he's making a believer out of me.
Yeah, dude.
If he continues to play the way he's been playing, he's making a believer out of me.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I don't need to explain. Everybody saw it.
Dude, Rabbit Rads is ripping off like a ton of stats on Crowder here, and this is one that I think is pretty awesome. He's already tied Art Monk for third most receptions through 2 seasons in franchise history, and there's 5 games to go.
He's big time.
Amazing.
Big time.
Yeah, dude.
Well, what was the record that Cousins broke this past week? Where it was like some record that was some franchise quarterback record. Maybe Rabbit Rads can feed us that bit of information.
Maybe
But it was like
a ripping record.
He broke another record, and it was like something that took somebody else, their whole career. May have been. I don't remember. I don't remember who it was.
Dude, everyone on the chat is totally like jumping on this John Goodman thing. Alamo City Music says, I don't bowl on the Sabbath.
Dude. You're being very undude.
I thought it was Shabbos. What is it? I don't bowl on
Shomer Shabbos.
Shabbos.
It's Shomer Shabbos.
Yeah. All right.
Shomer?
I'm getting very distracted here. Okay, I don't even know if I gave my game ball. Did I? Yes, Kirk Cousins.
Let's
Oh,
roll,
Unless you
dude.
both give it to Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I'm giving mine to Kirk
Then you
Cousins.
can have yourselves a Kirk Cousins sandwich.
F it, dude. Let's go bowling.
Yeah, let's go bowling. Josh, you're just in time to join us on episode number 420. And we have a segment, What's He Smoking? What was your What's He Smoking play from that game? While you're on
What's he smoking? Is this new?
Well, it's Josh. It's 420. Seriously.
I understand that, but like, what does this have to do with
It's
the
Josh,
play? I mean, what we're talking about? Somebody was smoking something, and that's why they ran that play, or what?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like Aaron came up with the direct snap, the direct snap to Rob. Pat
Yeah.
Rob,
What was that?
for the first and only time this season that they're going to do that.
I don't know. Maybe McVay thought he was going to catch someone off guard by running Fat Rob without handing the ball to the quarterback first.
And yet he never does. McVay's always like, "Oh, this is going to be awesome." No.
No, it's not. It really isn't going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Do we all agree? Do we agree with Gruden going for 2 both of those times?
No, because we never get to.
I know we never get to.
Dude.
What's he smoking?
It's hard enough for us to get 1 because of how they can't do anything in the red zone. But anyway.
Dude, how about this? Jordan Reed coming back in with a broken collarbone. What's he smoking?
It wasn't a
Making
broken
2 touchdowns
collarbone.
after that.
It
What's
was
he smoking?
He didn't break
That's
his
right.
collarbone, dude.
I know.
He's a
I'm just saying that. I'm embellishing a little bit, but still, he has a separation there or something, right?
Grade
It's a slightly separated AC joint.
grade
That's a
3, whatever
collarbone.
that means, according to Rabbit Reds.
That's your collarbone.
Pepper spray. Remember Zorn's trick plays?
Oh my God!
Dude, why you
What
gotta go
was
there?
Zorn smoking all the time? He came up with the worst trick play, and you were just like, "What are you doing,
We used to have
He
like
would have these like quadruple end arounds or something.
son of Zorn?"
we
He
used
would
to
back you up
have
like 40 yards.
we used to have these Zorn sound effects on here. And I
we
can't
would
find
go. We would go.
Zorn.
Zorn,
Son of Zorn.
And it would be like
big Zorn.
Zorn.
Oh
Big
my
Zorn.
goodness.
It
So
was awesome.
I want actually I don't want to, if Josh is giving his game ball to Kirk Cousins, I want to give my game ball to, and this is for the last 3 games combined game ball. Nitschke for filling in pretty well for Trent
Nasecki,
Williams. Yeah, we call him Nitschke.
Yeah,
like
Nitschke.
Nitschke Pops.
Yeah. Dude, he's filled in pretty admirably, I have to say. They gave up 0
Absolutely.
sacks. 0 sacks this week.
he had a hold. That's all right. Silverback has a hold every now and then.
Do we think he is as good as Silverback? I haven't noticed a difference.
He's not as good, but he's a solid backup. I can tell you that. Callahan's
I-
whipped that offensive line into shape.
I still think that it would not be a bad idea when Trent Williams is eligible to come back to move in the left guard and sit Laval down probably for his own knees, the health of his knees, and let him play guard and let Nitschke play the left end.
Nitschke.
Really?
Nitschke. I think that could be a I don't know. That's something that could extend Silverback's career. But he'll never do
Yeah.
it. It'll
I
be
don't
up
know,
to Jay
dude.
Gruden to do it, but you know.
Has Nitschke ever played guard before?
What year is?
No, but I
what
don't
year
want
is-
him to play guard. I want him to play.
No,
I want him to play left tackle.
Sorry, has Silverback ever played guard? He did
Yeah,
one
that
game.
one game a few years ago or a few
This year.
weeks ago.
Was it this year?
Hey,
Yeah.
It was this year.
Yeah.
What year is he in his contract, Williams?
He's on a long-term deal now.
Yeah.
He lost $1.5 million
Yeah.
for these
How
4
much?
games, by the way. $1.5 million.
I'm sure Rabbit
car-
Raz knows what year he's in. She's like the stat king. She is what you were supposed to be on the podcast.
Why don't we just make this Harry Hog football with Aaron, John, and Rabbit Raz?
And Josh.
I think that's what we started with. No, Rabbit Rad showed up late. Rabbit Rad showed up right before you did.
Rabbit, come on, taking a cue from me.
Oh man. All right. Okay. Let me see. We've got a few game balls here in the chat window, I think. Alex Carter, the dude from Virginia Tech that loves Fuller, gives Josh Norman the game ball for effectively
Is it for the smirk?
shutting down Dez and getting in his head afterwards. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dez Bryant had no touchdowns and 70 some yards, and I think I read a stat that 30 some of those yards were when Norman was covering him. Which is my question is again, why was he only covering them that many?
I also read that he cried a little bit after the game.
Who did?
Dez.
Dez Bryant cried?
Yeah, he just a little bit. He cried.
I don't know. They were fighting on their way out of the stadium.
They were fighting on the way out of the stadium, and I think we had Fox for that game, and of course Fox cut it away right when they started like pushing each other
Yeah, and then,
Fox cuts away
for the
from
second
everything.
time. Oh yeah, that was bad coverage by Fox.
and
Shocker.
then post game news conference, they asked Jay Gruden about it, and they're like, "What did you think about Josh Norman and Dez Bryant fighting after the game, or something like that?" And he was like, "I don't know. I don't care. I'm sure I'll read about it on Twitter."
I'm sure I'll read about it on Twitter. Next.
See, that's part of what I hate and I love about Barf is he'll just say stuff like that. You're just like, yeah, well, yeah.
I don't know. Sure read
Anyway.
about it on Twitter.
John, that is an interesting point about moving in Trent Williams, though. I don't know if he's going to do it, but it is interesting.
I doubt they will, but I think it could extend the career for him.
What is his deal? That's what I really want to know. Like, I know you said he's in on a long-term deal, but what is his deal?
Josh, that's for you to look up.
You
Oh
were-
wait, you're driving.
I am nowhere where stats are available right now.
I'm sure Rabbit Rads is looking it up right now as we speak.
Are you outside the Triangle Casket store because they sponsored the
Did they?
they
I drove right
sponsored
past there today.
Josh,
Choose the one Uncle Bob would have loved.
Josh, do you have the ringer while you're driving around? Your dirty laundry? The
Dude,
whites.
I got the ringer.
The
ringer?
My whites.
The whites, dude. The dirty undies.
Chop,
Doozy.
chop. Give me the ringer, dude. Chop, chop.
Man, you're this up, man.
Oh, man. You didn't think. He's like,
Being
"Take-
very undude.
let's take
We-
the hill.
have it. We have it.
You didn't think I was rolling out of here naked, did you? Let's take the hill. Oh, man.
Surf the beaches.
Goodness gracious me.
Yes.
Do we have anything on here we needed to get to Josh
Huh?
What?
and his picture?
His static image is just sitting there next to us.
Hi, I'm Josh.
I'm Josh. He's
What
like,
is- popped in.
it's all in black and white in like this little circle.
Yeah,
And
you're
I'm
in a
just gonna
circle.
do this every week. I'm just gonna like put a different image in my Skype profile every week. Have it pop in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that
Dude-
would be pretty funny.
Dude, Alamo
I'm
City.
gonna do an animated one on a loop, so it looks like I'm moving my mouth the whole time.
Dude,
You could do like a Haribo, like a double separation.
Dude, that was
Haribo,
amazing.
Haribo Twin Snake.
Twin snakes.
Dude, Alamo City has an interesting thing on here. I mean, I hope they don't also test Trent Williams today or tomorrow. Just saying.
Yeah, that would be a little bit of a problem for him.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyway, let's see. What? Oh, Rabbit Rads. Yeah, Josh was asking you to look up since you're the statistician for Harry Hog Football, the official.
And he's in his car.
He wants you to look up how long his deal is for, the contract
Josh.
he's on. What?
Josh.
Yeah.
What is up with you and Chick Hernandez? You guys had a row.
Dude, we did.
You had a
See
throwdown.
that?
You had a
good.
throwdown online.
It's
I
on
know,
it's
he was
on this
like-
Twitter
he was
feed
like,
that's on
I've
our.
been wearing those Dallas colors for however many years now. Thanks for noticing.
And Josh was like, "Well, I don't think it worked. Why don't you try something else?"
I know, dude. He's like, what did he say? He said, I've been wearing opposing colors for however many seasons.
Was he
And
talking
I was
about
like,
just?
well, it obviously isn't working.
Yeah. Don't lie.
Who would do
Was he
that?
talking about? Was he talking about this game or was he talking about every game? Because I watched Comcast.
No,
Pretty
he's talking
regularly.
about the Dallas game when we played Dallas.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't remember him having stuff from other teams every week, but I don't really remember that much, honestly. From
Now it makes me kind of want to go back and look and see, is he wearing other teams' colors every week?
Dude, you only wore it for 14 years on Thanksgiving weekend.
Dude, we're dudes, Chick Hernandez. Are we really supposed to notice what other dudes are wearing? We only notice when it's blatant, like Dallas colors. Why would you
He's
do
gonna-
this if you're
At the
Red-
Redskins game.
Dude,
Chick's
You know how
gonna
much-
crack up when he listens to this. He's probably gonna call me up and be like, dude, seriously.
dude.
And
Is that-
Chick, if you'd like to call them up, you can dial 1-800 or 77 Harry Hog.
Although Willem Maryland says
Don't
it's
wanna-
not
You
working.
can leave us a
anymore.
message. We
He's-
won't answer.
Apparently, it's
Yeah,
not
we don't
working.
answer for anybody though.
But dude, listen to this. All right, Chick Hernandez. Whoa, I can't hear myself. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Chick Hernandez. He wears Dallas's colors. That's how much of a Redskins fan he is. You know what I do? My wife one time gave me a blue toothbrush when we were on vacation, and I was like, "I'm not using that." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "That's Dallas color. What else you have?" She's like, "I have hot pink," and I was like, "Give me that. I'm not using any Dallas blue toothbrush." Chick Hernandez
wear-
wears the other team's colors.
I wear Dallas blue underwear every time we play them.
Your tiny
You
blues.
just, and you just don't use the restroom that day, right? At least not in the restroom.
Oh my goodness.
Clearly not.
It depends, Josh.
It depends.
Anyway,
Okay.
what else do we have on this,
Party, everyone.
dude? What else
It's
do
a
we have on
depends
this podcast here? We're all off base. This whole
Did you
chat
guys hear
thing,
about?
everything.
Yeah, have we done kicks yet? Did we do kicks?
Yeah, you
Oh,
gave
yeah.
yours to Kirk Cousins.
Oh right, yeah.
Who did I give my kick to?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Andy got my game ball. Awesome. I haven't done that in a while.
Who do you really
There
want?
have been times when I have given it to the same player.
Who do you really want to give it to, though?
I don't know. It was a pretty clean game. There weren't like a bunch of penalties.
In
Yeah,
fact, they
there
let
were-
him play.
There
We-
were no turnovers.
Dude, we got to. I know what I want to talk about. They got away. We all got away with a few pass interference penalties. I liked how they let them
Both
play.
sides.
Yeah.
Both sides. They let them play. It's like the league cracked down after like that ridiculous game against Cincinnati, where like seriously, if a guy reaches up and like pats the guy on the side of the head, it's not a face mask penalty or hands to the face penalty. You guys got to chill out with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my ready.
Okay, I know what I want to talk about real fast. I want to defend my tweets where everyone was like hounding me like he was obviously in. He was obviously in, that Dallas dude that caught it at the pylon. My point was, I know his feet were in the end zone. That's not what I was saying. But I think that when he was in the air, Let's see if I can do my hand signal.
The ball never crossed the line
he
when he was in the air.
No, he was in the air and he caught it. I think the ball was over the line, but he didn't establish possession until those feet hit in. And when those feet hit in, he was leaning out of the end zone, so the ball was back in the field of play. That's what I was trying to say.
So he did not have but in that instance, are his feet an extension of the ball once he gained control?
I actually saw this play on the television last night during halftime of the of Smallwood and the Eagles playing and losing.
Smallwood.
And I rewound it like 4 times, and every time it looked like he possessed the ball within the plane, in the end zone before coming out of it.
Before
I think he was
before
in,
his
and I
feet
think it was
touched,
a
though.
touchdown.
It doesn't matter.
It
It doesn't. As long as he's got the ball in the end zone, it doesn't matter. The end zone is a completely different part of the field than the rest of the field, than the 100 yards of the field. There's 10 yards at each end. A completely, bless you, completely different.
Okay. All right.
It's just what it is. It is what it is.
Okay.
I've been through all. I read a lot of stuff about it. I couldn't find any other argument to go along with Aaron.
Josh, what
on
do you,
that.
dude? What'd you eat?
Are you driving, Josh? Are you driving by a
Chocolate Factory.
420?
He's vaping.
I don't know,
dude.
dude.
Vape Nation. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So did you guys hear that there are supposedly a number of teams looking at oh gosh, who am I even thinking about? Our offensive coordinator. I can't
McVay.
think of a name right now.
Sean McVay.
McVay, thank you.
Okay.
We were looking at McVay. I kept wanting to say McLuhan. I'm like, no, it's not McLuhan. We were looking at McVay as potential for a head coaching job next year.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
We've got Barf
How do we feel about that?
half as bad at who will only have half as bad as bad calls in the 20-yard line at each end in the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. What do you guys think
I
in the
think
chat?
I think McVay, especially in the red zone, has more plays that don't work than do.
For as
I
many
guess you could
weapons
say
as
that about
McVay
a lot
has,
of people,
oh my goodness.
but I mean, he has some dumbass plays.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Maybe he
been
just
my
needs to
beef.
get
My
older.
beef has totally been in the red zone with them, and I don't understand why we can't get it going in the red zone. I don't understand what happens. I mean, I understand we're backing up against a wall. We're backing up
Yeah.
against the line. We can't throw underneath of anything because there's just no room to do it. But there's been some crazy plays that we've been calling in the red zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Rabbit Rads came back, and here's the deal with Trent Williams. His base salary, $4.75 million. Signing bonus, $2.2 million. Roster bonus, $2 million. Option bonus, $1.48 million. Workout bonus, $250,000. Cap hit, $10 million. All right, what that all comes down to is that we have him until 2021. It's 5 years.
Till
68 million.
2021.
Yeah. So basically,
Dude,
the
he's
whole
gonna be
rest
like
of his
a pile
career.
of Jello by then.
I'm just saying. I don't know how old he is right now. What is he, like 28? I don't know.
He's going to be holding balls for like place kicker by then.
He's the same age as Fred Davis.
Anyway. Oh, speaking of, another surprise this year, Vernon Davis, dude. He's provided
Vernon Davis.
a lot more than I thought he would have provided.
He's had a renaissance coming back to his hometown area.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, if
And
Jordan
he
Reed
may be
needs,
the starter this weekend.
yeah, against the Cardinals, which we got to win. What's the playoff picture, John? You got that under control?
Right now, we are in the sixth and last playoff spot, a half game behind the Giants.
Yeah, half game
Man.
behind the Giants, and who's next behind us? Who's chasing us? Anybody?
I want to say Philadelphia. It's a lot of like 5-5 guys.
And what about the Packers? They won last
They're
night.
5. I think they're 5-6 right now.
Hmm.
They beat the Eagles last night.
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah.
You know, the Browns, man, let me down. Of course, they've been letting everybody down in Cleveland for about 30 years. But, I mean, what, they're 12-0 or 0-12, aren't they?
They're defeated.
And RG3 apparently went to the game and left money in his car when it got valeted. And guess what happened to his money?
It got
It
stolen.
was gone.
It got stolen.
How much did?
How does that happen?
How much do you leave in his car?
Doesn't matter.
It got stolen, whatever it was.
It was like $2.
Not too bright. RG3.
Not too bright. And damn dive. Dive on the ground. Quit getting hit, dumbass.
Isn't he playing again this season? They said, because aren't they on like their sixth quarterback?
He might as well be. I want to see
Minnesota.
him go in again and see him get hurt one more time before the end of the year.
Dude, Rabbit Rat says Minnesota and Tampa are tied with us. Who's winning the North? I thought Minnesota was in the lead there.
Detroit
Oh, sorry.
has to be taking
Detroit.
that right now.
Detroit.
All right, so yeah, I mean, dude, it's so cool. I think how there's so many teams that are close this year
Yeah.
in the NFC.
It's finally like, I mean, it's exciting in some ways. In other ways, it's like a nail biter. But it's almost like it's too early in the season to be a nail biter. But at the same time, it's like, oh, there's still a shot. There's still
Yeah.
a shot.
Every game matters.
Yeah, we just need to keep on. We just need to keep winning and win our division games, and I think we'll be in. And we got to beat the Cardinals this week. So
Yeah, we do.
I
At
think
the
we
Cardinals.
I think we can do it.
How are we looking?
I think we
against
can
the
do it
Cardinals?
if
What
we
do you guys
pl-
think?
I think we can win if we play like we've been playing the last few weeks. Maybe the defense
Cardinals-
can step up a little bit more.
The Cardinals' defense has been pretty good. If they don't have Carson Palmer, or if Palmer, Jesse Palmer, whatever the hell his name is,
One of the
Carson Palmer.
one of the Palmer brothers.
Hittner.
Palmer.
If they've got Palmer in there, you
I
already
hardly
know.
know her.
Yeah.
And then, if he's in there and he's throwing picks left and right, then we'll be pretty good. But if he suddenly gets decides to throw 400 yards this weekend, we're going to be in trouble.
Right.
And we need to bench
Well-
Hittner.
We gotta shut that down.
Yeah. We do need to.
Oh, I have a question. So go ahead, finish off this Cardinals conversation. I have a question for everybody listening.
Oh, they have Tim Hightower. No, who has Tim Hightower? I saw him playing.
Thank-
Not them. That's who we got him from, right? I saw Tim Hightower playing this weekend. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, he had a huge game for the Saints. Everybody did, though.
Yeah.
Two things before we come back to my question with the Redskins here.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's so weird to say this, I feel like the Raiders are going to be the sleeper sensation of the season.
I feel like the
think
Redskins.
the Raiders are already beyond the sleeper sensation of the season. Those guys are the real deal.
Dude, you know
Dude.
what I see? I see a rematch of Super Bowl
18.
18, and we are going to get revenge in Santa Clara, and we're all going to be sitting there.
Dude, that would be awesome because it would be like two offensive powerhouses and our defenses suck. Although they've got that linebacker that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's what it's
It's
going to
just
be.
so weird to see them in that position.
And they've got at least a couple of our guys over there
hmm
that we've cut.
Yeah, because for a while it's like the Raiders was like next to the last stop. It was literally like if we got rid of them and if other teams got rid of them, they went to the Raiders. And if they didn't work out, they sent them to Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's how it worked. I mean, even Big Smooth, that's what happened to him, right? That happened to him.
Yep.
RG3 just took the do not pass go direct route to Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Come and see both of our buildings. Cleveland, yeah.
Both of our buildings.
There's
Come
a
and
train
see the
taking
three
jobs
us on
out of
fire.
Cleveland. Anyway, this podcast is going pretty long here, dudes.
Hold on. Here's my question. This is my important question.
Yes.
And if you covered this already, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Looking ahead to next year, because we know we're pretty stacked with weapons and receivers. We talked about, all of our tight ends and wide receivers here. Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon, who stays, who goes, what's going to happen? That's the question.
We kind of talked about it, actually.
I think that Deshaun Jackson is going to Dallas, especially after I saw him pregame chumming up with Jerry Jones.
You really think he's going to Dallas?
Yep.
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me at all. He's like, let me see who's really good right now. Dallas.
He's just checking off teams in the NFC East. He'll
Well,
end his career in New York.
remember, I used to really like him, and then I saw that he had a reality TV show, and he was dead to me since then.
He also was being interviewed in the locker room post game, and he said that he was wearing a maroon colored hat.
What? So do you think so? Jackson goes. Do we see Crowder as being the deep threat? Do we see him as doesn't have the speed like Jackson has?
I don't care about Jackson. I'm worried that we're going to lose both of them.
Yeah, we need at least one of them. And I would, at this point, the way Pierre has been like this possession Art Monk type dude, I don't want to lose him. And I know Jackson is like the sensational guy and like makes great catches.
He's been reliable, but you know what? I was listening to Jay Gruden and talking about Deshaun Jackson this week, and one of the things he said kind of struck me, and it was like, it's not so much that he's the guy that's down the field making the big play. It's just that when he's on the field, the other team has to pay attention to him and what he's doing.
It's true,
and
too.
That opens up so many other options. So when you don't have a guy that's like that, then, you know, you have these one-on-one matchups, and these guys can be a little bit more, you know, they can play the field a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson pulls the safety back, and that opens up the underneath stuff, and in the middle, the medium range stuff a little bit more.
Right.
That safety
Opens
has to
up
take
things
like
for the tight
a
end.
few steps.
Because you don't know if we're going to take the big shot or if we're going to throw it underneath, and that leaves the guy with a choice. Who does he cover?
I mean, I hope we can keep them both, but they got Doxson for a reason, and you know it's because they think one of those dudes is going. And if I can't even say what Doxson is going to give us because we haven't seen jack out of him.
No.
Yep.
All right.
Rabbit
Well, I
Raz
just wanted to
says
throw it out there.
franchise Deshaun, pay Cousins, pay Garcon.
She says what?
I think my wife is just. I hear the garage opening, so if the dogs freak out here in a second, they're laying right here on the floor. Then that's why.
Dude,
Oh,
are you at
wow.
home? I thought you were like in the studio.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm in the studio, which is
You're in the
upstairs. All right. We're this podcast is getting pretty long here. Anyway,
You know what I'm saying?
so yeah, everybody, let's round this thing out. Everybody, send us some emails at Aaron, Josh, or John, harryhogfootball.com.
Yep. Josh, did you answer that guy's email about a shirt?
We do not have any more of those shirts. I'm gonna look one more place. We may have one, but I'll take a look.
I'm gonna look at my dresser drawer to see if we got one.
Yeah. Anyway,
Hey, we got one left. Hey, let's give a shout out again to Desmond C. Lee on Twitter. You can reach him at Desmond C. Lee.
Desmond C. Lee 2. And
Desmond C. Lee 1 was taken or hacked. And check out his article on Captain Kirk over on Rigger's Rag.
Nice.
And so send us an email, give us a call, 177-HARRY-HOG if it still works. Will in Maryland says it doesn't. Make sure you go on and subscribe to our video podcast. And this chat, you guys could have fun hanging out in here. It looks like these guys are starting to get into it, chatting amongst themselves and everything. And of course, you can always get our podcast the old-fashioned way on iTunes or wherever you get it. So, anyway.
45. 8-track tape.
Yeah. Anyway, hail to the Redskins. And as always, even though it's harder this week, if you see a Cowboys fan, you know what to do. Go!
Word up.
We're done, y'all. Thanks, y'all.